welcome back to Movie Review Mom. Thanks for subscribing. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Today, the movie I want to review is called Military Wives. I actually recorded this weeks ago, and then I got so sick I never could upload it, and then I couldn't find it on my computer. Literally, it just vanished. So now I'm re-recording it. This movie is now on streaming. It's rated PG-13. It's an hour and 52 minutes. And the movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a B. So first, in a quick nutshell, I'm going to tell you a few things about it. Then I'll give you some tips for parents and then point out some things I liked and didn't, as well as a few themes that you can look for when you watch the movie that can spark conversations with the people that you watch the movie with. So first of all, in a quick nutshell, it's loosely inspired by true events. It's a dramedy that features British military wives who have to go on with their lives when their husbands are suddenly called off on a tour of duty in Afghanistan. This was true story. So it was back a number of years ago when everybody was going into Afghanistan. There are currently about 75 military wives choirs in the United Kingdom and beyond. And so this story represents the beginning of that wonderful organization. So while I actually really like military movies with, all of the bombs and the fighting and all of that, it was actually really nice to see a military movie of sorts that focused on the spouses back at home and explored some of the struggles that they go through. One of the wives in the movie tells her husband everything that she does to keep the home fires burning is for the country. And he says, "I've always said you should be paid for what you do." Indeed. So this is a really great look at the sacrifices that the families make and the sacrifices that they make as they serve the country, whatever country it is, because military spouses and families of all countries go through the same things. My own father and son have been in the military, so I've personally seen how when a soldier is called into action, the entire family serves. So from the director who brought us the full Monty, Military Wives is guaranteed to bring some laughter and some tears. Now, some tips for parents. First of all, there's lots and lots of alcohol and talk of alcohol when there isn't any alcohol present. These military spouses kind of booze it up a lot. So there's that. There's a lesbian couple, although you don't see anything. They just are one of the families that is represented. There are some teddy bears that are placed in inappropriate positions. There's talk of promiscuous teenage behavior, and then there's some profanity, but no F-bombs. Now, some of the themes, as I mentioned, are military service and sacrifice, friendship and sisterhood, loss and love, patriotism, doing your duty, and the power of music. Now, some things that I really liked are, first of all, Kristen Scott Thomas, always fantastic, and Sharon Horgan, who I wasn't as familiar with, make a really delightful contrasting pair. It's hard to not get teary-eyed a few times, even though the movie is predictable and very manipulative, and you kind of know what's going to happen, basically, and yet you just don't care. At the end of the movie, you get to see video clips of the military wives in real life who actually started the very first military choir in England. Their efforts actually inspired a BBC TV special called The Choir Military Wives. And their motto is "Stronger Together." And that's absolutely true. So hopefully this movie will inspire you to actually reach out to military families in your area, if you have some in your area. Years ago, I lived near Camp Pendleton in San Diego, and our church put together a really special Mother's Day gift basket challenge or activity, I should say, where we all donated various items for mothers and then delivered them to these women who we knew were alone on Mother's Day, or at least without their spouses. In many cases, they had children. And we figured the children were young and weren't going to, you know, prepare a wonderful Mother's Day for their moms. And so we wanted to be able to let them know that they were not forgotten and that we appreciated their sacrifices. Well, it was such a huge hit that we ended up doing it for other special holidays too, like Easter and Christmas and 4th of July. Even the smallest kindness allows the spouses to know that they're not forgotten and that their country appreciates their sacrifices while their soldiers are away. Now, there were a few things that I didn't like. First of all, the background music during the scenes makes the film feel kind of like a Hallmark movie. Not that Hallmark movies are bad, it's just kind of really cheesy, and it kind of makes the military spouses' experiences kind of reduced to a surface level. I hope that made sense. The movie also focuses on military wives who live on a base, and not all families live on a base and are even more isolated and need even more support. And I know for the point of this movie, it made it easier to just focus on the base, and it was totally fine. It would have been interesting to see if they had done any outreach to other military spouses who were outside of the base, but they didn't really address that. As I mentioned, the movie is extremely formulaic and predictable, and it's kind of British humor, I suppose. The humor is a little bit hit and miss, and it never really made me laugh out loud. It seemed like it was more slapstick and kind of exaggerated than realistic. And so it was kind of odd because here they were trying to create a fun comedy, but add some realism to it. So the tone just kind of shifted a little bit for me. I know that in England, this movie has been very well received and they love it and are giving it very high marks. And it's very family friendly, and I think that you'll enjoy it, especially if you are a military family. There is a military TV series that I got sucked into a number of years ago when it first came out. It's called Army Wives, and it features several American Army women and just their day-to-day experiences. It's kind of a comedy drama, but it's a TV series, and I watched every season. And you kind of get sucked into these characters' lives, and so I recommend it. If you're a military, especially, you can relate to it. And then again, if you like this director and his style, you might want to check out The Full Monty. Okay, that's my review for today. Thank you again for subscribing, for all of your support, for your super kind comments to me, and for your support. I truly appreciate it. You guys are the best. Have fun watching movies in your house until we're let loose onto the movie theaters. Anyway, bye for now.